'cause I need to get it back. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Forgot I didn't have my earphones on. Good morning, good morning. How you doing? How you doing? How's it going? How's your morning going, Dana? How's your morning going, Susan? How you doing? How you doing? Hold on one second. Let me get into my live. I'm all up in other people's business. Look, I'm all up in other people's business. Do you ever notice something funny on these here YouTube streets? People say stuff like, "Man, people sure be nosy. People sure be people be watching. People be this." But didn't you put it out for people to watch? Hmm? And how many times can you honestly call somebody name and think they ain't gonna be listening? At least some gonna be listening. But I noticed that a lot. But honey, I woke up this morning. First of all, I kept my granddaughter overnight. Oh man, she just left about not even an hour ago. So here I am. Here I am. Here I am. It wasn't some, super. One thing I need to realize as soon as you become a grandmother is like it is definitely something you are very much experienced in. So when I say experience, even if you did it not the right way the first time, when you're a grandparent, it's like you just know better. You know what I mean? You it's just a whole different thing. It's a whole different experience. And that's on every angle when you think about discipline, what you want to put in them, what life really is. It's just a whole different experience. So I want to salute all grandparents today. I want to salute them all. I do. I do. I do. I do. I do. I do. But how's your afternoon going? Because I got to realize it's 11:30, so it's 12:30 in some places. 12:30 where you at, Dana. It's 12:30 in some places. In some places, it's 10:30. So y'all know tonight. So today, I'm gonna not stay on here more than an hour. I'm literally cutting the dough at an hour. At 12:30, I'm getting let. I'm getting gone. I'm getting out. I'm getting this. I'm going in. I'm gone. I'm gone because I'm going to actually at 6 o'clock. At 6 o'clock from 6 to 7. That ain't long. But we gonna chit chat. We gonna break bread. So come, like I said, come enjoy. I'm gonna set the timer for it, and when this one's over. But we'll get together and let's break bread together. And if you're at work, I know you can't just go on lunch at that time. But if you at work, just come. Like I said, we just breaking bread together and chit chatting. So just come join us. But it is definitely that because I'm definitely gonna be. I'm definitely gonna be. Last month I told y'all this is what we was gonna do on this one. It's the 21st of March. As I get this, Jared, good morning, my harmony, good morning. In a legal hour, Harmony. I'm giving it a legal hour, I mean 60 minutes. Not 60 minutes. I'm trying not to do 60 minutes in 10 seconds. I'm trying not to go over. But, you know, and charge it to the lawsuit if I do, y'all. Just charge it to it. But, what was I saying? I'm sorry. Oh, but yeah, breaking bread. But yeah, so I'm doing seafood. I cannot wait to sit down and talk some gang and talk some what's going on. How do you feel? What has like been your favorite moments on being on here? Like I want to hear from y'all. I want to know. I want to know like what's so far like since when you first started talking in a chat, when you first started subscribing or becoming members or sending super chats, whatever it was that where you got more invested into this here thing, like what was it like what is the greatest thing to you on there? Like what is it that keeps you coming back? Because I know some of us are to points that we just fed up with certain things, and I don't mean just in one department. I mean what we seeing on YouTube or what we getting out of you, what's going on, and but what makes you come back? What really keeps you coming back? So that means it has to be something good, something entertaining, something keep you, But we gonna break bread, we gonna chit chat, y'all. We gonna talk with each other, and one of my questions gonna be, what you eating? And if you had dinner early or supper, whatever you call it, and you had it at a different time or we on a different time zone, what did you eat? Because we might not have got to break bread at that moment, but we breaking bread together because people will be breaking bread and we still coming together with each other to kick the bobo. Crazy cat mama, good morning, my sister. Good morning. I'm like, what did I do with my apple juice? I see my water. Oh, there it is. Of course. What a perfect place for it to be. How's everybody's morning going so far? If today was a song, what would it be? What would your song be for today? If it was a song. My song, if it was a day today, would be, if I had to put today in a song, right now, just where I'm at right now. Hmm, I don't know. Okay, now I gotta think about that now for myself. If right now I just had to sum it up and put it in a song, and that song would just describe my day or how I feel right now, it would be, hmm. Honestly, what just came to my head would be Tamala Man. Is that her name? Tamala? Pamela? Tamala? Tamala? Is that her name? But y'all know what I'm talking about. Take Me to the King, okay? So that's what I'm talking about. But it would be, I could only imagine. I could only imagine. Like, I remember sitting in Georgia and thinking, not only did I have one, but I had two grandkids that I wasn't seeing. And I could just only imagine spending some time with them. And I could only imagine having a moment so they could get to know me. Like, I could only imagine being close. I could only imagine. And so, of course, in a perfect world, it would be one way with everybody, but it's not. And it's a step by step and a gradual world. And the only part I can play is math. The only position I can do is mine. So that's what I'm doing. And that's how I'm living. That's how I'm living. Yep. And that's what you do. Not today, I'm not an adult. Mm-mm. 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 I love on Halloween when somebody has on a costume and I don't. And they say, "What are you today?" And I said, "Not an adult." And think about it, when you was a kid, all you couldn't wait to do was grow up. You just couldn't wait to be a big kid. Then one day something got really good. Man, I sure would love to go back. You looked at little kids and thought, "You lucky ass." So, ooh. You take that day and you snuggle in that bed and you make me one promise though, crazy cat mama, that when you snuggled in that bed today, if there's anything that can bring a joy or comfort to you, you do that. I don't care if it is watching. Let me tell you something. Sometimes my joys come after a good cry. So sometimes I start it off so I can catch myself there. So it don't sneak up on me. And I've had moments where it snuck up on me. I'm gonna give y'all an example of one. I remember when hold on, this is my oh, look at my nigga Woozy. Oh, she's so good. Such a big girl. Sorry. That's my big girl. We got a date to the aquarium, and I'm not gonna jinx it because I know how great it's gonna be. So I'm going to, enjoy it. But like I said, Crazy Cat Mama, please just make sure you do things that for you. But my example of my story was one day I'm watching I Ain't Mad at You. Y'all, it's the world premiere. Remember when they did world premieres of videos? Y'all, don't let me age myself. Don't let me age myself when these artists actually did something. But anyway, remember that? But anyway, it was the world premiere of I Ain't Mad at You. And when that video came out, Tupac was gone. He was no longer with us. But yet in that I Ain't Mad at You video, see, Tupac be giving me Elvis vibes. Like, I think both of them are in Tijuana. But I just tell myself that also to feel good. But anyway, Tina, how you doing? Says good morning. But the I Ain't Mad video came on. And Tupac got on this white suit. And there's this, like, glow around him. And I'm like, wait a minute, is he gone? Like, who wrote this video? I became Jaguar Right. Who directed this video? Because they are putting tracks on Tupac. I got on some other stuff. But anyway, after I went gangster about the video, there's a part and he's standing like it's a brick behind. But anyway, you could actually see his feet. You can see his white shoes. Oh, y'all, I'm about to break now. I lost it. And Lord knows, it wasn't just Tupac's white shoes. It was everything I was holding, and it just hit that moment. I lost it. I thought about a Feeny picking out his suit for his funeral. Oh, I lost it. Oh, my goodness. I started thinking how he never had kids. Oh, man, y'all. When I tell y'all, I lost it. So sometimes right now for me, when I got a lot on me, I got to go get tattoos. Like really, I've needed ink for 2 years to go sit down and get some ink because it transfers that English, that energy, that pain. It's a transfer of pain for me. That pain that is in the heart. And then I transfer it with a pain. And that's why I tell people I would never make any jokes about cutting because Lord knows if I didn't start getting tattoos at 14 years old, I would definitely have went that way because sometimes that pain is so. And then when you're not that, if you don't do that, you still don't find a productive way to deal. And sometimes we put it on the back burner. And sometimes I have to have tunnel vision. But sometimes I have to deal. That's being that grown up. So like I said, some days I don't want to be that grown up. I don't want to accept life, this life. You know what I mean? I want to be running around hiding behind trees like Sesame Street. How to get to Sesame Street? Mm-hmm. Mm. And you know what? Crazy Cat Mama, if it was that simple, girl, you'd be the wealthiest, most respected woman in the world because she would get us all to that rainbow. Mm-hmm. Never. I remember one day I was driving on the expressway and I seen this rainbow come up. And no joke, that's how I looked at it. I said, look like it's going to Cicero. I'm going to get off on Cicero and drive. And it seemed like where I was driving to it, it was going away though. And y'all gonna probably say, girl, you lying. No, I'm not. I was maybe 19. And something I had believed in forever was rainbows. But I had never, I had been on the road or, something and you saw a rainbow, but it seemed miles away. And that was the first time in my life it seemed close. And then that day I just sounded like they aren't real. Like, rainbows aren't real. And then one day when I was maybe about 30 something, I was standing on my buddy's porch, and it had rained early, and I walked down there. I was in my 30s. This was about, shit, 6, 7 years ago. And I was standing on his back porch, and there was this rainbow. And it was so beautiful that I felt like that little kid that believed that at the end of the rainbow was a leprechaun with a pot of gold. I don't know. I know that I did. I did. But then I just realized I just love rainbow. And I told myself after that, you know what they were? The bridges to heaven. When really it's not. It's supposed to be like what? Mist, rain, fog, the way the sun, the light. I don't know, but that's really what a rainbow is. But I just decided it was that. You know, like we got our great Americas and our Disneylands. But if we could really go where the rainbow went, we say that that was there. That's what I told myself. Sometimes, like I said, the way we deal is just finding a way to deal. And sometimes people think, oh, well, I just don't know how to do that. I didn't want to, I had to. You know, because like I said, one day I just thought about, you know, when you watch any of these movies about when, you know, what do you call it? Like spirits and paranormal and all this. When you watch any of that stuff, one of the things I get out of it is that some of these spirits are stuck trying. So like even when you watch, what is that guy's name? He used to do the like reading with people's families, their loved ones that was gone. It was a young guy, and he would do the readings. Because at one point, I believe Sylvia, y'all. You remember she used to be on Montel Williams? I used to believe Sylvia, and she was a whole scam. I remember when she so-called knew where the little girl who had been missing was, and she kept telling, no, 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 you're going to find her in water. She's in the, oh, my, I used to believe in her. Like, I really did. I really loved me some Sylvia. Um, mm-hmm. Yep, there's an app and lots of if you're into tattoos, there's lots of tattoo artists that if you have a voicemail, they can take the the frequencies and they can put that on you too. It's their words. So if you want to take the frequency of the part of it where they can do that, it'll be so you can see the frequency and then see it. I mean, just something small like a you can, but you can do the heartbeats too. They can do the sounds of the heartbeats to keep. Um, you can do the bear, where you could take a voice message and put it to the bear, and whenever you want to hear it, is right there. And also with the bear, you can comfortably hug and hold on the bear. And you think of all the ways and people to deal with the loss. It had to come from somebody who had a loss, because the one thing we're gonna all share is a loss of something we love. Because when someone's losing a husband, that means someone lost a son. That means someone lost a brother. If they have children, someone lost a father. Someone lost an uncle, a cousin, a friend. So it's always you know what I'm saying? The pain circle is, that's sad. But no, I used to believe in that guy. So the guy used to have, but what I would see is some people would let them know, like, they're there, they're here, they see you, they did this, they put this butterfly, they came in this, they know you in your room in the morning, they sent you signs, that's them. And I believe that. I believe that. I believe that. Oh, I'm going to tell you something. When my granddad first left, when he first passed, you know what I mean? Because he was the first person in my life that I actually lived in the same home with and had to learn to live without them being there. And the hardest part is you still hear them. They echo through the home. You hear their voice. You smell them. Because now every sense you got, all your senses are up. Just like a pet. Lose your pet. When Diamond was gone, I'd get up some nights and look for her. Because I could hear her. She wasn't there. But what I realized is she lived in me now. That's why I can hear her. I can feel her. And y'all saying a dog. So I said, I am my ancestor. So the people I love, that's what I said. So no, I do know. But I remember when that first happened, I used to think, oh, this is weird. But then it got to a point where, when I learned like I had to let go and not let go, like you can never stop loving them. And you are never wrong for hurting and being angry. When my nephew passed, oh my goodness. It's a good thing God knows your heart. If you believe in something big, you got to know it live in you. So he knows your heart. And so it's a good thing. Because, oh boy, I used to cuss him out. Oh, I used to curse him out. Every time I thought about it. That's why I'm telling nobody how to grieve. It's a different way. I knew a guy, had a friend once, real tight with his mom. She passed. And within a decade, he was gone too. Because when that broke him, it broke him. And he became everything that I know as a mother would hurt a mother's soul. And it was because he was hurt. But imagine how hurt the mother. Because we not going to live. It's your babies. You're going to be here forever. You live in them. So, definitely keeping you lifted. Definitely. Because I would be lying. We would all be lying to you if we said sometimes this wasn't going to knock you right off your feet. But we letting you know, sis, we here. We here to give you a hand to get back up. We here to give you a shoulder to cry and snot on. It's not hang on to you like that. Like we here. I'd be here if you just want to have somebody call and sometimes pick up the phone and cut somebody out. But yes, when it comes to yes, so they do, they have all this kind of stuff. So I like I said, when I was very much really involved in what was going on in the loss of the young people in my city, I had to go deeper for me. I had to go deeper than just knowing the name of the young men or women who were taken out by gun violence. I went deep into looking at their friends, their children's mothers, and really just hoping something better. But you would see the different things in these kids where they would take the tattoos of the voicemail and have and that's why I saw. So then I started looking into the artists that they would pump, and I would see some artists they specialize in that. But those with those voicemails, you can take the voicemail. So they have these bears, and they're like voice bears, and they're for you to give to kids, and it could be a message. So like a lot of people doing with people in the military. So like the father or the mother is gonna be deployed for a while, and they'll record these things, and it's on a bear, and they squeeze them, and it'll release that message to them. So most people will set up a message. So they'll say, "This is the message I'm gonna put on there." But if you lose somebody and you have a message. You might have that voicemail you saved because you love it so much. You might have that voicemail that whatever. Use it. Use it. You know. Because one thing about this here mind is, how you'll be like, I'm not ready to look at, like with my dog Diamond, I'm not ready to look at pictures of her. Still. And we're past a year. And I'm not there yet. But the picture of her goes through my head every day. Because see, the mind is never going to stop. And somebody's not better because they seem stronger. They just deal different. It's okay. How could you not grieve losing someone you love? Just like Mama Ann. How could you not? Because the one thing about life, if people, when you lose them, you think about what they were to you period anyway. So, that's why we got to celebrate life and celebrate the people we love while we're here. Like that, we got to do that. Yeah. Harmony, let me tell you something. Since if there was when I remember that I remember when I was talking to somebody one day. I don't remember. I was talking to somebody one day, and we were talking about laws. And I said, why is it that people seem to think there's supposed to be a time limit on it? Don't you realize that somebody's trying to understand forever? Think about when you're young and you think of like being in love with somebody forever or your parents living forever. It made you happy. When you have to accept the thought of, I'll never touch you again forever. I'll never hear you talk to me where you're responding forever. It's a hard thing to deal with. And remember, I have to live with it forever. So even when I'm good, I still want to remember it. So even when the days I don't just break down crying just for no reason, even when the days I don't just lay in the bed and don't get up, even when the days don't where I don't eat no more, and even when that comes, it's still something I deal with. When I see mothers and you see them happy and they laughing, do you think when they lost their child, they don't think about this every day? Just one day when they was dealing like that the bad way, they said, you know what? I have to be present because the only insurance I do got is one day we'll be together forever for real. If you really believe in the forever, that's the forever. Because you ain't going to live forever even if they gone. You ain't going to live forever. So that's my promise. That's what I believe. I believe. I believe there's a spirit realm. And in the end, it's all there. And your ancestors and all that. And you know who you are when you get together. And it could have been from 200 years ago. You were the beginning of what started my bloodline. That's what I believe. And here's the thing. When we gone, who gonna check to let us know if it was right or wrong what I believe? But it's what gets you by at night. Then let it. Then let it. Gotta learn how to deal, the way you gotta learn how to deal. But no one can tell you how to or how long you will. Or that's for everybody because it's all gonna be different. Mm. Mm. And then she just passed suddenly. Hmm. I'm so sorry for your loss. Mm. Yep. You will. Mm-hmm. I'm telling y'all, when my nephew passed, it made me very angry. It made me very angry. I mean, beyond anger. Like it made me very angry. It made me. It it did something very bad to me. And one day, probably shit, 3, 4 years after my nephew died, I was watching Oz. Oz. And Alvarez, one of the characters, his son, who was born in prison because him and his woman went to jail together. And his son was born in prison, and his son was dying. And they allowed him to go visit his son at the, woman's prison where they had her in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? At the hospital. They allowed him to go visit his son. So they visited his son. He went to the priest NY Styles, how you doing? Jezebel, how you doing? Good afternoon, because I'm gonna keep saying good morning. But anyway, um, he went to the priest at the jail at Oz, and he told the priest that he was coming to ask God, to look out for his son. He was praying, in his prayers, he wanted to look out for his son. And basically he was trying to make deals, like, hey, he could take me, I'll go. Let him live. You know what I mean? If it's that simple, you know what I mean? Since he my son, can't I have the stuff that he needs to make it? The priest told him, no, But we'll pray. Here's what I want you to do, and we're gonna pray. Well, the next day, Alvarez's son died. And Alvarez came back to the priest and he said, hey, I need to know where was God as my son died. And as I'm watching this, y'all, I am bawling. I'm bawling because I had asked God that a million times. Where were you? How come it couldn't have been me? Huh? Why you gonna hurt my sister like that? How you hurt my family like that? Like, why couldn't it be one of these people out on the street acting a zip damn fool? Why couldn't it have been them? And I had said this opposite that ball. I'm crying, y'all. And that priest said to Alvarez, now this is TV, y'all. Remember, this is a script. Come here, Papa P. You're just barking for no reason. This is Baba. They gonna mow the lawn and they gonna mow it good. Come here. Come on. Or just stay there. But I need you to come here. I need you to be nice. And be nice good. The toilets are bagged up. Anyways. So Alvarez going off on the priest, where was God in this? And I ain't he never been there for me. He never gonna be there for me. What has he done for me? Every time I'm happy, he takes something from me. He don't care about me. What does he blah, 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 blah? He going, and I'm feeling every word. I'm standing up and clapping. I ain't lying. Because I felt what he was saying. Now, remember, this is a script, but I felt it. That priest said to Alvarez some words I will never forget. He said, so where was he? Where was he? He said he was in the same place he was when his son died. I said, whoa. I sat back in my chair, y'all. I said, hold up. Wait a minute. And I told y'all I ain't no religious person. I'm spiritual as it get. But when I'm thinking of stories and life and energy and what we, you know what I'm saying? I said, wait a minute. And then as I got older, it got deeper. And I said, wait a minute. Not only that, if we all are God's children, then he's had to sit and watch a lot of us senselessly die. But then it made me realize that in my saddest moment of losing someone that is a part of us, we became closer to a point that I don't care if it wasn't even speaking. And it wouldn't be we weren't speaking because we on bad terms. But even wasn't speaking. I am my brother's keeper. I am my brother. I mean my brother, my siblings. I am them, they are me. You know what I mean? Like for real. And it brought something. And I hate that it had to happen, but it did. So then we need to get the message so the life wasn't in vain. So that they weren't in vain, because maybe their purpose was just to come, to go, so that we could come together. You got to know, you got to grab something, and it don't happen overnight. And I tell you, that happened 4 or 5 years after. 6,000 gallons of liquor later. And I'm talking as a shorty. Like you just drinking, smoking, kicking the bobo, driving fast in the fast lane. Because every day you feel like you're in the Hotel California. And not in a good way. So, yeah. Please, ain't no time limit. Ain't no time limit. I know a young lady whose husband, the day their first child was born, went home to grab some stuff and come back up to the hospital. On his way back up to the hospital, he was hit by an 18-wheeler in his car, and he was killed instantly. And every time I hear Lauryn Hill, that song, you said you care for me. Said you be there for me, there for me. Said y'all know what I'm talking about, Lauryn Hill? Every time I hear that song, I think of that girl sitting there just about to die, crying, saying, "He promised me this was what he was for me. This was our song." And so even please, that happened. Oh my goodness. She's married, you know what I mean? Has other children now, but that happened like 20 years ago. You know what I mean? That was like 20 years ago that happened. And to this day, if that song come on, a moment my heart, one, sends prayers and love to his spirit. And even to her. Because you think because she married that never is something that you think about. Not to say anything bad on her husband. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I just know life. I don't either. When people I love and X Factor, thanks Dana, thanks sis. Styles, how you doing? I forgot I did say hey earlier. I did. I want to make sure I don't want to miss nobody. You know that. But I don't. When I have to go to a funeral, I literally break out in hives. I can't sleep. I can't eat. I can't. And the funeral doesn't bring me closure. It doesn't. It brings this peace to me that's like, I gotta leave you. But if you're lucky enough to have your family and family plots and anything like that, then the only great thing you could tell yourself is at least y'all with each other. But even if they're not in family plots, if you believe in the afterlife, they with each other. And some days when you sit and think about it, you'll say, man, heaven has a lot of people I love in it. But you have to remember so deserve. And not only that, it's a lot of people here who love you. And they'll be empty like you're empty when you're not here. You know, so the living has to live with the living. So you got to grab the things you love and hold them even closer. Because remember, one day, one of us, you know what I mean? And that course, in our selfish minds, we want it to be us first so we don't have to deal with the grief of loss. But even when it comes to like your parents, you think your parents want to lose the kids first? Go ask a mother who lost their child, and she'll tell you, I wish it would have been me because the order says it was supposed to be me. They were supposed to bury me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's how people deal. That's how people deal. And you have to understand that. And that's why it's a lot of people that when people lose somebody really close, people will call you at first day, of course. They call you to let you know if you need anything. I'm here. But then people will be like, and then this is the bad part. The person who's hurting will say, none of them call me no more. You know how many people I've heard say after the funeral, wasn't nobody hitting me? Didn't nobody call me? You know why? Because they didn't know if they should reach it. Did you want to answer that phone? Did you want to talk? But see, you know what I'm doing every day? I'm just going to shoot you a text. Love you. How you? Some days you might answer, some days you might not. Some days you might not even text. You might pick up the phone. You might not. Anybody who has an ounce of empathy in them should understand that you can't overwhelm. Like I said, things I don't say to people when people pass is they're in a better place. Now, if they were suffering As long people say it's not a good thing to say, I have to say it because first of all, if you sick, like if you're in pain and everything else, their body was going through it, not yours. So one of the things that is a thing is at least they aren't suffering. I had an auntie who passed, and in the end, she was suffering. Her cancer was spreading, and she was suffering. And hell yeah, when you hear watching people you love leave, you're suffering. You are suffering. But in my selfishness, I love them so much that just to have them, I want them to suffer. I told you, my granddaddy was in the hospital, and we would have to pray every night because every night we said our prayers. And I always pray, God, you're going to get him okay, and he's going to be back home, and we're going to go on our trip to go get grandmama's groceries on the weekend. We're going to do our thing, and he's going to take me to a baseball game, and we're going to have so much fun. I'm telling him I love him every day, and he's going to come back. And we did, when we used to pray, I didn't pray anymore because I thought he didn't hear me. And then one day, my grandmother, who loved this man, who had been married to this man since she was 15, 14 years old. My grandmother said to me, you don't say selfish prayers. You pray that God makes sure he's okay, that he doesn't hurt, that he don't suffer. Now, I was so young, I remember thinking, well, he's suffering if he don't see me. Because I'm going to suffer without him. I'm suffering without him. I'm 43 and I'm still suffering without him. But when I'm doing right, I know that my granddaddy is doing cartwheels in the upper room. You know why? Because all he want to ever see was me happy. So when he see me in some peace like this, he said, oh, Booney, when you get to me, you think I used to spoil you. Hunty. And he, baby, you can't tell me different. You can't tell me different. When my grandma see peace in my soul, she said, I told you it'd get greater later. You just had to believe it. And I told you one day we won't be here. So enjoy me while I'm here. You hear me? She was dropping jewels. And I was blessed enough to pick them up. I was blessed. So I'm blessed. Mm-hmm. Oh, I know he did. Oh, I know he did. Mm-mm. I know he did. I know he did. Mm. That's all. And that's all. That's what life will be. It'll be somebody like with my auntie now. They my auntie by, they fam because, not by blood, they fam. You know what I mean? But when my auntie passed, when she got diagnosed, she originally was diagnosed with breast cancer. And she was going through a lot with it. And then it was spreading. And everybody was so worried about losing her. I mean, so worried. And then her brother died out of nowhere. And it just reminded me in life, and I was in my late 30s, and it just reminded me in life, like, we'll be so quick, you hear these words and think it'll be one thing, and then it'll be something else. And your husband was fighting a really good fight, though. I won't take that from him. So when I was speaking on people suffering, I'm talking about those who do. I mean, like I said, my granddad, when he had his stroke, the first stroke before he died, he was paralyzed. My granddad was a master mechanic. He couldn't have lived in a wheelchair like that. But in my suffering, because I can't live without him, I'd have took him in a wheelchair. I'd have pushed him everywhere he wanted to go. Not thinking that he wouldn't have wanted to go anywhere in a wheelchair. So that's what I mean. Like sometimes in our own suffrage, we don't think about anything but just the thought of them not. That's what you think about. But your husband fought a good fight. And to me, when it comes to that cancer, anybody fighting who can still crack a smile, anybody fighting and they still giving love and they still, oh my God, they are like super fighters to me. Trust and believe. Because y'all know when it comes to that big C, I'm hollering F it forever. I'm hollering F it till they can figure out everything under the sun. That's why sometimes I be saying, like, y'all think I'll be sitting up here having these silly dilly nilly losses of my life, getting trapped in drama on the internet when it's a real world out here that I'm going to miss time with that I'm never going to get back. Please won't be me. It can't be me. Mm. Wow. Wow. So they kept the thing that she wanted out. That's why she was getting it published. She wanted, my mom's a published writer, and it's always been her dream. And most writers, because there's a lot of writers who have writings they never go get published, and their friends might have read it and all this, and people know they write, but they don't do that. My sister was one, and now she's going to, do a book for publishing. But she has a lot of books because she's been writing books since we were probably about 16, and that's real talk. Um, but oh, that's sad. Smash it. Hmm. Oh, I'm gonna have to listen to that. Hmm. Good morning, my mama. Hmm. I've never heard it, but I definitely want to hear it. I want to type that in my thing. Love, have a good one. I'm gonna put the song back up on the screen so people can see it. Me too, because I know I haven't heard it, unless I put it on and it's a song I heard and I didn't know. Because I'm real bad with titles and sometimes groups. Yes. Okay, I'll definitely listen to it. But yeah, I definitely am gonna check that out. Sorry, just a moment. Because like I said, it's real. I don't take that from anybody. I never be somebody tell somebody get over it. How long has it been? I would never say that. Ever. Ever. Never, ever, ever. I know people who lost their kid, and after the funeral, it took them almost decades to go to that cemetery ever again. I know some who never went again because they couldn't. I know some who go every day. Which is one better? They love them more. I know some people talk about their deceased parents more when they gone than they ever did when they was alive. Does that mean they didn't love them? No, I'll never be that person. That's what I told Mama Ann yesterday. There's no part of me that will ever want you to not take care of yourself. Do what you have. Now, will the kingdom miss you when you're not in there? You know what I mean? On the days you're not, hell yeah. But the kingdom would never want you to be suffering. We want you better. We want you feeling good. You'll never be better when you lose something because there's something missing. But you know what I mean. So I'm for the best of everybody. When Crazy Cat Mama click up in here and say hello, at least we get to know, just like when you just did. We get to spread some love to you. But I meant it when I said it. My mods are in my life forever. YouTube is where you'll see us together. But even off of it, it's Five Life. It's past my life and yours. If I leave this earth tomorrow and somebody question what I felt, you tell them it's Five Life. And they'll say, oh yeah, you was rocking with Danny because she told you it's Five Life. That mean it's for real. That mean even if it fell out of the night, I ain't got time to disrespect you. It was Five Life. It was Five Life. Mm-hmm. Nah, you disrespect me. I'm about to. Nah, I just play because my sisters ain't gonna do me like that. But it's Five Life. Emmy Lou ain't been up in here in about a year. And she end up in here every day. You know why? Because I walk up in here every day. Every day you see me, you better know she in here. You better know she in the building. And the love for her is exactly the same as when she's in here. And like I told Mama Ann, oh no, I ain't gonna take your wrench away. And whenever you're ready to come back, know when you come in, a blue wrench will always be sitting there. Them and Lou came up in here 3 years from now, that wrench will be sitting on her name when she walked in. And that's a fact. I won't take them off my list. Because they are Kingdom Board members. And that's a fact. They are. And they are my sisters. Five Life. So note that. So take care of yourself. But know you here every day. Even when you ain't, you here every day. Because we carry you. We carry you in our hearts. So you in here with much respect. Much respect and a crown that's always shining. So please, sister. Please, Mama Ann. Please, my friend. Please take care of you. That's that's all I want. I love you so much. And I love you more. It take a queen to know a queen. Like I told you, if I'm honoring your crown, it means it's a real one up under it. It's a real one up under it. It's much respect. Much respect. You are a part of the kingdom. Your crown helps make the kingdom. You are part of the foundation of the kingdom. So please take care of yourself. You're not gone. You're healing. And that's all the kingdom wants from you. Each crown, you know what I mean? And trust me, you know it. For Crazy Cat Mama, for J-Fed, for you. The flags are half mast right now. And we mourn with you. And so, but we sending love to celebrate you, to, you know what I mean? So we sending that. And I hope it helps. I hope it helps, even if it's this much. Mustard seed. We plant mustard seeds with each other, right? Yes, yes, yes. And still loved and respected. Hmm. Yep. Yeah, that's what keeps me coming back here. Is there are some good people. I've went against what so for years blocking people out and just not letting people in is how I've survived. Is one of my walls. And I let that down to come and be something different and go into chats and all that stuff and not just cuss people out. Then I did the cuss out people, and I told you I've done the 2 steps. But I've met some people with that are like me. I met some people with some inside. I'm talking about like me in the good and the bad. I met some people who were great people. I don't worry about if I met some trash. You're gonna meet that everywhere. I've worked with trash. I've dated trash. I've been trash. Okay. Next story. I'm liking to see the things I didn't see. Hugs and love. Hmm. Terry Lynn is genuine, and she's true, and she's real, and like I saw, she's flawed and not afraid to say my flaws made me better. This or whatever. You know what I mean? She loves hard. You know what I mean? She's a good person. She's a great person. I love Terry Lynn. I love Terry Lynn. And like I said, once again, it ain't a YouTube love I got for her. I have a genuine love for her that it lasts on and off. So that's what I said. When and you build those kind of relationships with people, and it's great. Like I said, I met Crazy Cat Mama. I hung out with Crazy Cat Mama. I love Crazy Cat Mama. I loved Crazy Cat Mama before I met her. I loved Crazy Cat Mama before I met her. When I met her, it just sealed the deal. It just sealed the deal. And in life, sometimes things happen and you get to see how people are in different situations. And I saw her in different situations and I loved her even more. And that's why I said so. We never sat and was sitting up having hours and long conversations about her husband. But the little things that we did talk when she spoke about her husband, even when she was talking about, remember Crazy Cat Mama, you was like, you were about to call him to say you were going to get some more money. I knew that was her best friend. I knew it. I felt it. I felt how much she loved him. We didn't have to have conversations like she was like, girl, and I love him because I love him so much. We didn't have to have that one. I knew it. So, okay, Mama is my sister. You think I'm gonna be in California and not go see? You think I'm not gonna be in California and see Mims? I sure is. I sure is. You think I'm not gonna get together with these heifers again for another trip? I sure is. And I'm hoping Tina there, Susan there, Harmony there, P there, B there, he there. You know what I'm saying? Like what? But I've been told y'all since I came out. That's one of the things you got to build different. Come on, people trying to get people addresses to just stalk them and scare them and threaten them. I'm trying. I don't want your address. I'm trying to get up with you and we can go break bread. We can go laugh. Let's go bowling. Do you skate? Do you skate? Do you do laser tag? Do you? You know what I'm saying? Let's go have some fun. You want to go do karaoke? Come in your city. We're gonna do karaoke. But if I come in your city and you on my list of things you done named up in a chat that you cooked, what you gonna be doing when I come to my city is cooking. Cause I'm gonna need to eat. I'm coming to your city. Everybody, I'm coming to your city. Show. Let me try to get this out. Something weird I noticed today. Like, so my eye looks like I have on like eye makeup. Like, it's just red. The eye I'm getting ready to have surgery on, it's just red. My eyelid, man, it's just super red. Get that? Like, my eye isn't red. This is red. It's weird. Today I was sitting there looking like, why does it look like I got on some kind of eyeshadow and I don't? Cooking. Nope. Nope. But I'm a sewer, Harmony. Now, honey, now I'm a sewer. I got one of the biggest doggone lawsuits of 2023 and of YouTube history on Terry Land. This is a big lawsuit. This is bigger than the one they was trying to put on what's her name? Without a crystal ball. When she got into it with Oprah. Like, this big. This is big. It's $8 billion. I'm going for $8 billion. And in the lawsuit, I just added this one just now. I need to tell my lawyer. I just added this right this second. It gives me and when I win a lawsuit, I'm also gonna get the rights to change the name of her channel to whatever I want to. I'm still trying to debate. I'm still trying to debate on what I want to call it. But it's definitely going down. It's definitely going down. But I love her. Never stop being a friend. But I will sue the YouTube out of her in a YouTube minute. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah. First time I saw Terry Lynn, she was on Real Channel. She was actually up there with Amzy. He was into it with Amzy. And she came up on there. I saw her there. Didn't really pay attention. I just knew a bunch of people was talking about her boobs and how much she paid. I just thought, well, who's this invested? Didn't really think nothing of it. Then when she came onto Yates and did that parody, I was like, this chick is hilarious. And I'm like, did she say reckon? Like, my granddaddy says reckon. So she got my attention. So then I was seeing in the chats, and when I see her, she come like in Dairy Bed, so I see her in different chats. I always say that, Clint, clap. Get a lighter, clap. Man, when I tell you I watched that thing so many times, it was hilarious. I was so depressed then, too. I was so depressed. I felt like such a failure. Like I did. So I wanted to laugh. And when I would find something that made me laugh, I would repeat, on repeat, on repeat. Then when she started going live, I would just watch. And I just watch and be like, oh man, this shit all night. Then one day I commented, hey, I'm in the chat, people commented back. I started commenting. I would watch, fall asleep. First time I ever came up on Terry Lynn's panel, ever came up on Terry. No, same day was the first time I ever came up. That morning I came up on Terry Lynn's panel when I was doing a wake and bake. And I was in the garage and Terry Lynn didn't even know what a wake and bake was. But anyway, and then later on, she was on there and Happy was up there. And Happy was saying, oh, whatever she was saying up there. And I thought, I'm going to go up there because, one, we talking Yates, and I ain't going to let no sis. I didn't even know who Happy was. Sit up on here alone. And so I came up then. But, like I said, I got love and respect for Terry Lynn. Like I said, she cares. She not just cares, she cares about people for real. She does. So forget what she did, but I care about people. Not as much as she do. She cares like deeply, and I care. And that's why I used to tell Terry Lynn, like, I swear, you be saying I'm so nice. I think it's you. But I know she'll hold her own ground, and I mean, come on. Fighters fight. But she definitely a good woman. In my books, what I've seen, even with anybody, you got to weigh the pros and the cons. And the pros with her, to me, outweigh her cons. Just my opinion. They really do. And her spirit and who she is, they really do. But that's enough about Terry Lynn, because if they played Harmony, wait a minute, Harmony, are you setting me up for the lawsuit? Because, see, I think you got your lawyer watching this, because you got good lawyers, Harmony. And if those lawyers hear me saying good stuff about Terry Lynn like that, then hold on. Terry Lynn? I can't talk about Terry Lynn on my channel. So, Harmony, show me how to edit out all the good stuff I just said about her. Okay, I just want to take it out. We can save it. We'll put it back in later. And take out this part, too, because my lawyer can't hear this. I'm watching you, Harmony. I am watching you. I am watching you. You can. We're back in cahoots. We're back in cahoots. Take like everything I said. Edit that out for me too, Harms. Edit that out for me too, Harms. Scott, how you doing? Good afternoon. We gotta edit that out. Oh, snoogity. Y'all let me go 8 minutes past. I said I was only gonna be on here an hour. Harms, wait. You can change her name? Oh, we're taking her down. Next time she goes like, we're gonna take her down. She's going down in Chinatown. I never got when people say that what that was really supposed to mean. It's going down like Chinatown. Like, what does that mean? Is something going down in your Chinatown? Now, don't get me wrong. My Chinatown got a Chinatown hood, too, in it. And I mean, it's a Chinatown hood. But it don't be going down Chinatown like that. It might be going down on the L right at Chinatown. You know, the red line. But I don't know. Anyway, y'all tell me that. Maybe I just say that in my hood. I don't know. No. Oh, good, your attorney last me. Because I know you got that good lawyer. Legally speaking. He does. Mm-hmm. Do the same thing. Me hating the fact that Amber was running through here like a virus back in the day is what made me start watching a channel, which made me saw Heidi, which made me start watching Heidi After Dark. You know what I'm saying? And loving me some Heidi. And it was what also made me pay attention to give Amber another chance and see her. This is what I'm really seeing. I probably believe that really who I saw her for the second time when I looked at her different was probably really who she is. But the problem is what she is on here is what she's representing. And I don't have time to play with the differences. And she could care less, so I care less. You know, it's not like we was buzzing about it like that. Our kids wasn't hanging out. We didn't have play dates. I mean, I hope not. My kids are grown. But yeah, man, great people. And shoot, if I never would have went over there and seen Heidi and started watching Heidi, I would have saw Terry Lynn because I did watch Yates. I would have saw Terry Lynn, which would have probably still led me to Heidi. But so I saw Heidi, I saw Terry Lynn, but they weren't a connected one when I first started liking both of them. So, but yeah, and through that, you get all the other players that you get to meet. Like I said, first time I saw Susan, I just saw Susan and Amber in them chat. You know what I'm saying? That's the first time I saw her. Then I saw her as Heidi's mod. Then we modded together. You know what I'm saying? At Dear Yvette. I'd see her up in other chats. I'd see her in Terry Lynn's. I'd see her, you know what I mean? Beauty by Cake. We in all these, Maria. And then when they first went, you know what I'm saying? They live Maria and Ann's channel. We see each other in a lot of places. Some of these people I see them and we see each other in a lot of places. And like I said, I came up in Terry Lynn's room and I've always got nothing but respect from the chat. So, and I respect everybody in the chat. Whether they in there still or not. We ain't got no ill wills. I don't have no beefs. I'm not mad at you because you like somebody and I don't. That's who you like. Sometimes you like them, sometimes you don't. You had a choice. I don't hold people to that. Now, if you worshiping the Grand Wizard, then no, I don't like you or him. And I don't like nobody who worships shit. I'm sorry. But other than that, I don't care. I don't care who you voted for. I don't care what gender you sleep with. I don't care how many people you slept with. But now, if you on here telling me your marriage is a solid, solid as a rock, but you sending news to men and stuff, then I'm going to say something. Because, girl, that's not the kind of solid I want. I don't want a man so solid, he's solidly sliding in every woman's DM on the internet. I just know that's not my idea of a king. Shoot. But yeah. Oh, and let me make sure I put this on here. I got to check inside my studio as soon as I get off of here. Crying Red yesterday was accidentally timed out. I got to check and make sure you weren't blocked. Yes. But I text her on her phone. So, one thing around here, we blocked what we say it was. I wouldn't be sending out no disclaimers. We wouldn't talk about it. I wouldn't be like, oh, you know what? Just in case I want you to know you got blocked. It's just like if Danny strike, you think I'm going on here to talk about it strike. But if you bring it, I might. I wouldn't just be, I'm kiss and tell. I'm kiss and tell. I make moves and keep on moving. That's what I don't know what the rest of y'all been doing. I be doing my two step, my funky two step show. I swear, y'all, I feel like I want some green or freaking, I don't know. I want some color here. I think I'm gonna do my. I don't know. I think I'm gonna do my hair either tomorrow. No, tomorrow I gotta work. I don't feel like doing it tomorrow. I'm gonna do it Thursday. I'm gonna do it Thursday because today we're going to eat. Today we're going to eat. Today we're going to eat. Oh, get that comment down. Get that comment down. We're gonna have to edit that out too. Mm-hmm. I didn't like JY at first because when he came in, I knew him of him and Brittany getting into it and him calling her all kind of nappy heads and all that. Him and Cody. And then when I would watch his lives, he always just seemed like he was sitting on the floor, super wasted. And see, one thing I know about alcoholism, it's real. So when people, I'm not gonna come on here to knock people because they addiction, but I'm thinking about how you are just. It's almost like when we had the generation of rap where everybody was in a red cup. And we get the famous saying from Lil Wayne, don't worry about what's in my cup. You know what I'm saying? Baby, we worry because you're having seizures all the time. We're worried because Rick Ross on a plane having seizures. What's his name? August Alsina having seizures. And all of you all are having seizures connected to, come on, y'all. We've been losing them since, what's his name? What's the dude's name who made it popular in Texas for us to, that rapping? What is his name? Screw. DJ Screw, we can't keep Booney, but when you pumped it now, Eric Kid got a double cup in their hand. They went from the red cup to the double cup. So if you think I'm gonna promote, hey, when you 21 or older, you got dispensaries in your city, go get it. You can get it, but you shouldn't be nowhere falling out in the middle of the street with it. You shouldn't be somewhere calling people and threatening them because you're just too drunk to remember tomorrow that you was acting. No, I'm not gonna promote that. And if you that drunk, turn the camera off. So that's how I felt about him at first. Then when him and Sherelle fell out and everything else, at first I felt like he was being bullied because I mean, like I said, you getting in late night tech. I mean, lives. He paranoid. He got that picture behind him where it's like a mirror and I can see a camera in front of you. I mean, it's just a lot going on. And then I just watched that he was kind of the same venomous terror. You know, I watched him. I was watching his live that day when Amber and old girl who was messing with the dude who was beating her up from Love After Lockup. What was his name, Vinny? I can't remember because he was trash anyway. I still watch her. I mean, I'm still subscribed to her too. But I mean, I watched it all. And like I said, I just watched and I said, oh no. The day he dropped that N word on his thing, I said, baby, you reading the comment, but you've been dying to say this N word. And the funny thing is, here's the funny thing. The only blacks that I know he was getting into it with was Sherelle and them. So I was trying to figure out he was just dying for the N word all over. And I was like, this don't make no sense. But see, I knew once he was nappy head, just like I said, come on. If I get into it with somebody named Caucasian, the first thing I'm jumping out, they pour white trash. Don't you think I'm too far from calling them some other stuff? If the first thing I don't do shit, I mean, you're not gonna catch me like, oh, they could do it because they was black, they did it because they was white. No. I know some people of all races do some all kind of stuff. Real, recognize real. You know what I mean? Please. People talked about you enough, said enough shit about you. You know how to get back at somebody. You know how to talk back. You know how to talk the talk. You sat around people who was jokesters, you know how to do the dozens. You know what I mean? If you know what I mean, you know how to do it. It is what it is. You might just came up in a funny family. I don't know. I don't know. But that's how I started feeling about them people. Now, I want to pronounce this one right. Tanella? Tanella? Was it Tanella? Oh no, it was an accident. I just wanted to say it on here too, because let me tell you something. One thing people got to know around here, we don't just, and none of the chats I be in, none of the people are just blocking and people watching people say that hello. You know, great. So we already know people know it wasn't that. So I don't get caught. I just make sure I make a disclaimer because I know sometimes people have been in chats where just saying hello got them blocked. So they want to make sure, but Crying Red was talking all night. And I believe she was talking before we left. Matter of fact, I think she was still talking. But I still just wanted to put that out there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And even when they did that parody that night and Terry Lane was funny, he was still being racist in his jokes toward Busy. I ain't never seen Busy come on with a baseball cap on sideways. Like, yeah, do this and yeah, mess up. I ain't never seen him do that. Never. Ever. Whether I like him, don't like him, and I don't have nothing against him. I don't. Still. But he never came on like that. But guess that's how Blackies talk. I guess that's how we's a talker. And I was like, oh yeah, he's just being insulting. He's not even doing a parody. He's just insulting. That's it. Then he jumping all up and yes, I'm funny. Now don't get me wrong. When something funny, Busy dude laugh and get out. A bunch of people laugh like that. I mean, they'll get all into they laugh. I know some people that if they laugh too hard, they start hitting you. So you don't even want to be next to them if they laughing out because they'll start hitting your leg and you like, oh my god, is it that funny? Or are you beating on me? Like I need to know. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Like I said, when I first subscribed to Sherelle, she had maybe it was under 20,000. I can promise you that. When I subscribed to Sherelle, Perry wasn't even there, and then Perry came on. They didn't take too kindly to him, and he didn't come back for a couple of months, and he came back. And when he came back, he was a little different. Not even really different. I don't know how to explain it, but they took to him a little more, but not instantly. You know what I mean? Because they really just liked it being her. But then he was funny, and he would kind of throw in stuff. I remember when Perry and Gio, whenever they start talking about the Real Housewives, be like, that's women stuff, and would leave. Like, please, I've been watching people, and I wasn't watching them hoping that, oh my God, if some beef happened, I could go tell the beef. No, I just was watching the stuff. And you can't keep talking to me about something I'm not going to look into it, period. You keep talking to me about a case, I'm going to the case. You keep talking to me about a store, I'm going to go look into the store. Like, man, I might want to go by there. Like Hobby Lobby. I've never been to Hobby Lobby. Every person I know, when they mention Hobby Lobby, get excited. They get this. So they talk about it so much, I got to get myself in Hobby Lobby. It's so simple. You talk about a content creator all day, every day, why they doing this, I'm going to go watch. And I'm going to start before they even got into it with you. So I'm going to see if they got into it with other people like that. Is this they MO? I'm going to see if when they first started, are they the same person as when they first started or are they characters? This a chameleon? I'm going to pay attention. I know. Mm-hmm. 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 You are anything but me. You have such a great spirit, Harmony. You care about people and you care about uplifting people. Some people are just such negative energy that even if nothing's going on with you, they're going to put you in a negative world with them. They don't want to see you move on. You want to see people excel. Like you have a good spirit. You really do. I just told Ambulance the other day. I think when people think I say you got a good spirit, that means you perfect. I got a good spirit, and I am bad chick crazy. The other side is worse. It's worse. But my spirit is good. I'm bad chick crazy sometimes. At least that's how I feel. Mm, but yeah. But all right, guys, I'm gonna get ready to wrap it on up because I want to start getting ready to eat. At 6 o'clock, I'm gonna set the timer. Let's break some bread together. Let's break some bread together. And if my sisters who don't have appetite, don't worry, I'm gonna break it for you. I'm gonna break it for you because I love you. Cause I love you. Cause I love you. But really, not for real, y'all. I love all of y'all. I've enjoyed talking. Y'all know one good thing about when we get together in the morning, we could chat about anything with love. With love. So I hope everybody enjoyed our conversation. I really did. I really did enjoy our conversation with each other this morning. This morning. Oh, wait a minute, y'all. It's afternoon. It's 12:30. It's this afternoon. Gotta get back on the right clock. And I've been up. But yeah, so I will see you guys later on, unless I catch you all in another chat in betwixt in between before we get together at 6. What is my crazy K? I'm almost saying in harmony. Wait, that's one I sing. Wait, why didn't it play this one? Like, play this one. Okay, I seen that one. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We all do real recognize real. And love you too, sis. Love you too. Yes, blessings and peace. And send some love to each other. And say kind words when you see each other. Because you never know what people going through. You never know. Me, I'm doing a seafood boil. So I'm going to do mussels, crab legs. I got 3 different kind of shrimp. I don't like this freaking big. Shrimp, mussels, crab legs, corn, potatoes, and sausage. And I'm doing cheddar well, I'm doing Red Lobster cheddar biscuits, right? But I'm gonna do it in a little loaf. And I'm gonna have boiled eggs in there. Like, I'm doing it. I told y'all last month I want to break bread with y'all because prayerfully I get this tooth out, within the next week. Because getting the tooth out is one of the steps now. Because if I don't get the tooth out, they can't do the surgery. And I can't go under the anesthesia with an abscess. So I'll get the tooth out. But remember, we're doing this because we breaking bread together and having this big dinner with each other because y'all know I go to surgery on the 18th of April. And the way these months are flying, we going to be there tomorrow. Shoot, can my sister get some time to kick it? Can I get some time to kick it? So today we break bread together. So I went to the store and stuff everything yesterday. But I'm doing seafood. Love you, love you. Oh yeah, she better. And then we gonna shake up after dinner and go right on over to her. She live at 7. So we're gonna shake up on over there right after. But we're gonna come and enjoy each other, talk some crack, get some laughter, smacking and chewing and loving on each other. And that's what we're gonna do. Because I tell y'all something, breaking bread with people is important. I don't break bread with enemies. I don't. And I definitely don't sit at the table with my enemies. I don't. We don't sit at tables, period. Not even to make a plan to break it down, sit at tables with my enemies. Period. I just don't. But I deal with the people I love. So I will do it with you all later on, and I will see you there. Per your turn. Check on it, make sure, Harmony. Double check that. And thank you to my moms. Thank you, Mama Ann, for stopping through and letting us feel your energy, sis. And I hope we send some good ones to you. Thank you, Crazy Yeah, Mama, and you enjoy your not being an adult day. You enjoy that. As long as you are doing what you want to, I'm happy. And thank you for still in the midst of your pain coming and showing love every time you enter the building. Sis, I love you so much. I really do. And to all my moms, Dana, Susan, my sisters, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you. Traveled up the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. And if I threw a party and invited everyone. Come on, y'all. Let me stop. But I love all y'all. Thanks for coming on through. Thanks for coming to hang out. Don't forget to smash that crown on your way in or your way out. Thank you to the people who come on a repeat, on the replay gang and the replay squad. Thanks to the people who didn't come in because they might have just been listening, working, driving, whatever. Hello to you. Have a great one. Hope you're having a good one. And if you didn't come in earlier, come on in later on today. Tell us what you're eating. Come talk with us. Come laugh with us. Come chill with us. Come talk some crap about Jaguar because I'm throwing her up in the mix because Hunty, she's on fire. She is a boil herself. A boil on your ass, though. Not a seafood boil. But we will talk about it later. We will YouTube it, love tube it, whatever we're doing, we're going to do it later. And I will see y'all there. Love ya. Thank you. So are you? Real recognize real, and real royalty runs together. See ya.